Hi everyone, Shane Stevenson, Director of Museum Collections and Curator here at the Buffalo Naval Park. And for today's video, we're going to be doing a little investigation again. Like maybe if you watch the photo lab here on board that I worked with Joe and Old Salt. We worked together from afar to identify where the old photo lab was, because he was a photo mate, second class here on board the Little Rock. And today I'm with Brian Wroblewski.
Hello.
Yes, I like that. Yes. I'll sometimes say hello, Brian, and people will be like, oh, hello, Brian. All right, so here we go. We got it good. So Brian was working with us, and you probably saw him in the Step Forwards video where they wanted to get down into the CIC and gunplot area and do some cleaning to it, and so, you know, brighten it up, clean it up, and they did a fantastic job. Brian and his team, there was about 3 other guys with him, and but he's always had another question, and this gets back to the history of the decommissioned USS Little Rock, but then also recommissioning some Iowa Class battleships. So in about 1980, Ronald Reagan becomes president, and he sees the Soviet Navy really growing in strength and size, and he decides to bring 4 Iowa Class battleships back. What were those, Brian?
It'd be Iowa, Wisconsin, New Jersey, and Missouri.
Very good. Yes, so they were brought back into service and recommissioned, and what they did was they removed some of the assemblies or some of the gun plots from the gun plot area down below USS Little Rock, and they removed the Mark 48.
Yep, they took the Mark 48, they took the Mark 41, and they took the Mark 6 out of the both of the gun plot rooms.
And those are large and lumberous. And so Brian also had a news article from 82 or something?
88 they were here. And
88?
Yep, 88.
Oh, okay.
They hired contractors to come and remove the computers, and not only get them out of the rooms, but get them off the ship, through the ship, and onto the dock. So I had always wondered, what route did they take through the ship? And in earlier years when I would take the tour, I would bring the newspaper article with me here and try to spot it, but I was never able to line up the background in the black and white photos. The newsprint's a little sketchy back then. It's not highly detailed, so it's very difficult to pick out what you're looking at. And I was hoping that Shane might have an answer for me on what they did to get those big heavy machines through the hatches and up 5 levels and out of the ship.
Yes. Yeah, they used like ink blotting machine, or, you know, the ink jet. Yeah, they were pretty rough back then. So, but we worked together. Brian had a great idea. You know, Brian has had some ideas of where they are, and we're going to show you the article, the newsprint article. So you'll take a look at that now. And then what we're going to do is we also have kind of an overview of an inboard profile, but it's from the top down, and Brian has supplied us with some arrows where he thinks they are, and we are going to go take a walk and kind of compare those with the newsprint article, what you see. So you want to lead the way?
Sure.
All right, here we go, everybody.
We'll go this way.
Let's go. So even though the 4 battleships were recommissioned in the early 80s, right, they didn't come back all at once, right?
Right.
So maybe one came back in 1 year, and then a couple of years later.
Right. It took a little bit of time to get them all back in service.
Yeah, that's true. So when I was thinking the newsprint was right from 1981-82, do you know where these computers and gun plot assemblies went?
That is the big question I've had for 35 years, is where did they end up? Knowing that the condition they were in, I wouldn't consider them to have been ready to be installed, so I would assume that they were probably kept as reserves or maybe even gutted for parts and disassembled.
Ah, okay. As opposed to being working computers for the...
They were in no way, shape, or form ready to be dropped straight in.
Okay, gotcha.
So
So you think we're in an area here, everybody, we're on Broadway, all right, on the second deck, and Brian and I have done a little scouting, and let's take a look at that newsprint article again. All right, so let's describe what we're seeing here.
a couple things in the article that you notice in that photo seems to be this mesh structure on the right, and this electrical box on the left. The walkway for the tour route back then has an arrow pointing this way because back in the 80s the tour route went the opposite way. This hatch appears to be open, the ladder is removed, and the technician has his left leg out onto the leg run, the handhold I should say, of the hatch. And I believe they have the chain fall attached one deck above, and they're hoisting the equipment up from below.
Awesome. This is where you think that picture is from.
Yeah, so I think this was the route, and that's how they would have gotten from the second deck up to the main deck.
Gotcha.
Through this hatch and that one.
Let's see if we can, what's going on here with this little scuttle here? This is on the tour route, so I don't know if I want to clip that. That would be the right way down.
Yep.
You know, we could just go down there, see where this hatch actually leads. We're on starboard now on the second deck. We need to get down to the third deck. So we're thinking this might be somewhere in the Mardet area, the Marine Detachment area,
right.
And that leads right down to Gunplot and CIC.
And it makes sense because they tried to keep their route linear through the ship, so they weren't taking these heavy machines through tight corners or maybe having to disassemble other things that might be in the way, like doorways or whatever. So this would have been relative, I wouldn't say quick, but relatively easier going this way, up, and then out.
Right, a straight shot down Broadway here.
As quick as possible.
Yeah, as you can see, that's a nice long P-way there, a nice long passageway. And all right, so let's head down to the third deck. We probably have to go back to the trophy area, right? And because I don't want to open that scuttle. I know this really excites Brian. He's been interested in locating. And we also have another image, right, of where you think it is in the Marine Detachment area, right? Or...
Yeah, that seems to be the second photo in the news article seems to show them examining part of the equipment. And it's a little tough to see because of the newsprint quality again, but there's two guys in the background, supposedly, according to the text, disassembling a hatch.
Oh, yeah.
And that must have been to get clearance enough to pass those big machines from one room to another.
All right, so we hope that we will be able to have access here to what we need to see. All right, while we're walking, let's bring in that newsprint article again. Okay, and now we are in the Mardet. All right, this was the Marine Detachment. This is one area where the Marines berthed when they were on board. There would be anywhere from, say, 50 to 150 Marines on board. Here's the ballistic hatch right here that leads down to Gunplot and CIC. And so, again, they bring it up here, they maneuver around to here, and you're thinking this photo...
It seems to be that, well, this display area was not here then,
right.
So this looks totally different. The technician seems to be looking at the equipment on the cart here, and you can see on the right side of that frame, there's a little dissimilarity here in the structure that shows up in the photo. The hatch behind you and this hatch on the left seems to be in the background, and I think that's the one that the other guys are working on removing, and I think they took the computers through that hatch to that ladder that we looked at upstairs.
Okay.
So it all seemed to happen right here. Lots of room.
Yeah, certainly lots of room. So we think that the scuttle that we were just looking at on the second deck, I've never even been back here, so it looks pretty well secured. I don't know if probably not in this video, we can't get back there. And this, of course, is for safety purposes, right? They, you know, this is right on the tour route, so we don't want someone going into a hatch. And so they probably secured it. The Little Rock compartment, which is right off to our, that didn't have a pass-through, right? That doesn't have like a little pass-through, I don't think. So they were independent spaces. Yeah, I don't see anything there. Oh, well, I think this is probably where our journey ends, right?
I think that's going to be as far as we can go today.
So you're saying that this is in the back of the photograph?
Yeah, there's two
right?
guys
Yep.
removing all the hardware, and they have it open, so they must have, you know, took this out of the way and went through there.
But still, I mean, those computers are rather large.
Pretty beefy. This does seem to have bolts all the way around it, and it's got fresher paint. Maybe they removed more than we think they did to get through there.
Yeah, maybe they had to write like here.
I'm just seeing this bolt pattern all the way around this whole thing. Maybe they,
Oh,
maybe they're more aggressive than we thought. But
yeah.
I don't know if you can stuff a Mark 48 through this little,
Right.
2-foot hole, but they got them out of here.
No,
It's in that other hatch.
you know, see, that's the eye. That's the eye that I did not pick up on, Brian. I mean, I see it over there too.
Yeah, it would have.
But the
been
bolting-
removing all this equipment, the duct, at least this piece of panel, dropping that whole thing out of there. But if they came equipped to, A-frame those computers through hatchways and stuff, they were capable of doing that.
Yeah.
They probably did it on every ship they went to. So raiding the Little Rock wasn't a big thing on their
Right.
agenda. They
And
got them out of the battleships, they got them out of the reserve cruisers, so those guys probably knew exactly what they were doing.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so what happened with the 4 Iowa classes, or the 4 Iowa ships then?
Well, they lasted in service only a few years. Wisconsin and Missouri were active in Gulf War I. New Jersey was active off Lebanon, but the Cold War ends, the budgets dry up, they were big, expensive, old, and they got retired, so they were all gone by the early 90s. And all that worked for just a few years worth of service, but they were part of the reason that the wall fell. So the Soviets had to match us 1 for 1. It escalated arms race and spending, and they did their job.
Yeah, that's right. And they bankrupted the Soviet Union.
So
Nice. Okay, everybody. Well, we now believe we've got the path up from the ballistic hatch right here from CIC and Gunplot. They obviously would have had to have removed these stairs as well, these ladders, and then they brought it up from down there, that dark space down there, up this ladder, through that hatch, then up to the second, then up to the second deck.
telltale here where they look like to have cut this pipe to remove this panel. This is cut and there's tape over it and it's painted over, so they probably took this out.
Man, Brian's got that great eye. Look at that. I would never have been able to pick that up.
I'm just thinking of my mechanical experience.
There you go.
Experience. How would you do it? Well, all that stuff had to go. So this probably took a couple hours to get this out of here.
And they were Navy contractors, so it wasn't like just people, you know, from, and as you said, they did it from ship to ship to ship, and they were pretty experienced, so.
Small potatoes for those guys.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, everyone, I hope you liked this video, and please subscribe to our channel, ring the bell to get the notifications. If you look down on the right-hand side of your screen, you'll see some suggested videos, and or if you're on your mobile phone, it'll be right down below. And check out some of our other videos. And Brian, get in here. Say goodbye.
Bye, thanks for watching.
Yeah, and again, thank you to Brian. He's had a passion for this for a really long time, and I'm glad I was able to help him get down here and kind of track and map out where the Mark 41, the Mark 48, and the
Mark 6.
Mark 6 would have left the Little Rock to be repurposed on the Iowa Class Battleships. So again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you again soon.